And hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Welcome to Blind Spot Readings with Gerald, Tarot Stash,
Hello.
and Hershe from The Shadow Reader. Yay.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. So, how do we do the blind spot readings, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. In the blind spot readings, you don't ask a question. You simply type in me, and we will put you on the list, and we will read and let you know what's hiding in your blind spot, what's happening in your sort of sphere that you may not be aware of, or you haven't quite come to terms with, or whatever, but we'll kind of identify that for you. So That's what the blind spot readings are all about. Now, before we get on to doing any of that, what's going on your channel, Gerald?
I'm actually, Colleen, the Cool Crone, and I are doing a conversation about Letha. We're talking about that Wheel of the Year. I'm looking forward to that. And then on Monday, I have readings with Nancy and Jane the Seeker.
Nice.
And then on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I have Ken coming back, and we are going to do a laugh and learn about the goddess Hecate, and this is part 2 of that. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to that. And then on Tuesday, I am doing a back and forth with Jamie, and we have Olivia Rose, who is the creator of the Mind's Eye Oracle, to talk about their beautiful deck.
It does look beautiful. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up. So, and again, like and subscribe. Everybody, please check your subscriptions. Make sure you are subscribed, because things are weird.
Yes. There are always things happening behind the scenes that that we're not aware of until, weeks have passed and people are saying, why am I blocked from your channel? Did you block me? And no, so keep checking your
well, and I wasn't getting notifications on your lives, Marina, so I actually had to the bell was rung, but I had to unring it and then ring it again, so that I didn't miss any of the lives.
Perfect. There you go. And how about you, Hershe? What have you got going on?
Oh, let's see. Tonight I have shadow work as usual on Wednesdays with Thomas Tarot Your Way at 8 p.m. Tomorrow I am with Sharon Strawberry Rhubarb at 2 for another fun live like we had last week. Friday I have some personal things. This weekend I'm taking a personal weekend. And then Monday, I start all over again with Meta Messages on Monday at 11 a.m.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
What about you? What do you have coming up? The hostess with the mostest.
Oh, thank you. I'll increase that check amount for you.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. So, what have I got? There's Sisters of the Mystical Tarot later on tonight. There's messages for light workers tomorrow, as well as kitchen table issues. And we're having a special guest since Colleen is on YouTube vacation. So we're going to have Allie join us for that one.
Nice.
And I still have some spots available for Sunday, the 23rd, when I'm doing the changing the track class. It's a 2-hour class, and it's basically designed to help. If you find yourself doing the same thing over and over and getting the same outcome, it's generally because there's a tape playing in the back of your head that you default to. that you're not even really conscious of what it is. And it usually has to do with old beliefs, old things, old thought patterns. So this helps you identify what it is, release it,
Nice.
and replace it with something that is more in line with what you're doing now. So at 2 hours Sunday afternoon from 3 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And this one is, backed by popular demand. So
Beautiful.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. And Christine, we are not doing traditional readings. We are doing blind spot readings. So in the blind spot reading, you don't ask a question. You simply say me, and we'll get you on the list. We'll try to get to as many of you as we possibly can. And we'll pull cards and let you know what's hiding in your blind spot, what's kind of preventing you from moving forward and whatnot. Gives you something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Christine said me. There you go. All right, Christine. So just very quickly want to say hi to Viviani. Thank you for being here, Viviani. Lalima is here. Tiffany Tisdale, Joyful Journey. Sherry Hadler, Book Bewitched. Hello, Book. Lucky Heroine, Anna Hutchinson, Mosaic and Sight. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Moonlight, Teresa Levine, Christine. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Okay. I think I got everyone. Okay.
And you got a couple of me's down there at the end. And Book, no one is simulcasting. We're all streaming here. So
yeah. And there you go. And Star Midnight, I'm going to put you in there, but I think you're already in there. Okay. Let me tell you who I have booked or in line. And if I've missed you, let me know now rather than at the end. So I have Sherry Laitler. I have Joyful Journey, Book Bewitched, Tiffany Tisdale, Lalima, Anna Hutchinson, Miss Moonlight, Christine. Okay, Miss Moonlight, we can take you out. I have you twice. And Star Midnight. Okay, that's who I have.
Did you say Teresa Levine and Teresa Hadarian? They're at 06 in the chat.
06.
Christine asked a question. She says, what does it mean? It means something you cannot see. If you can see it, it's not a blind spot. You're avoiding it. So this is something that you cannot see.
Okay, 6. I'm trying to...
Just a couple above where Book Bewitched asked, is anyone else simulcasting?
Okay. Hello, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Michelle.
It's like 4 or 5 up from Thomas. In my chat.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, this is what we do, people. We try to help each other. Marina's okay with it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Teresa Hadarian. And I see you now, Teresa Levine and Teresa Hadarian. All righty. There we go.
Yeah, it was weird.
I know. It's like I kept looking and couldn't see. All righty. So let's get started. So Sherry Laitler would like the reading. Sherry's blind spot. So Gerald, if you've got something, go for it.
I do. I have Shapeshifter. And this was a jumper, so it jumped out.
Oh.
Sherry, what I'm going to say about this in particular is, the intuitive hit I have is you need to be really seeing people for who they are. You're missing something. Somebody is not exactly how they appear to be, and it's because they are always they're always, it's always smoke and mirrors. They're not necessarily telling the truth. So I'm going to do a quick look at the book, which, because there's so many of the cards, I have not memorized all of them. However, okay, I think, you need to make sure that you have to make sure that you actually do want to find the truth that people are telling you. And be honest with yourself. If you don't want to know the truth, don't ask for the truth, because the truth can be hard to take. So that's what I have for you, Sherry.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Excuse me. I pulled from the Mystic Palette Tarot, and I got the Five of Wands, sort of battling with something, holding on to something. And the sigil that I pulled was the positive. And this is about not wanting to take the step forward, not allowing yourself the opportunity to see what is positive about things. This is something that I do agree with Gerald. I think someone is kind of, they are deciding what your mindset is like. They are deciding what you're thinking. And so maybe you need to identify who that person is and know that you are able to speak for yourself. Right. That's what I get.
So I got bulldozing. When you think about this sigil, and they paired it with international creations, right? So international creations, inspirational creations is about alchemy, the elements, and innovation, right? Creating something, right? So when you think about bulldozing and they put it with a creative thing, what happens is that when we go through trauma, which all of us go through trauma, no one is excluded from trauma. Your level of trauma may differ drastically from one to the next, but no one is excluded. If they're on this planet, they have trauma. And when we fragment it, when we bulldoze ourselves, that's fragmenting our river that goes one way. We're putting intentional branches that cause us to doubt and to push emotions into those fragmented pieces of us that we created, and they don't belong there. They don't fit there. What you need to do is you need to pull it back, right? You need to stop allowing it to be an appearance, right? If you don't let it make it an appearance, then you have found a way to divert it from the fragmented part of you, right? So really take some time, do some heavy journaling, and figure out why you are allowing right now presence to interfere in traumas when they don't belong. So make sure that you are no longer bulldozing your own emotions. You are giving them validation, and you actually give them a name. Believe it or not, it works. You are taking the power back. You're not allowing them to use you. So once you stop bulldozing yourself and you start pulling back those fragmented pieces of you, and you take them back in and you take ownership, a whole lot will change. And it won't happen overnight. This isn't something that just literally poof, wiggle your nose and it's gone, right? The fragment didn't happen that fast, and it won't go away that fast. But you can absolutely dam them up to where no other emotions can get trapped in something that happened as a child or 10, 20, 30, 40 decades later. So just stop, heal those, then like a beaver, dam them up, and allow new creations to come through solid movement and flowetry that goes forward with you, instead of making you split yourself and feel like you aren't fully going in the same direction. That's what I've got for you, sweetie.
Wonderful.
Sherry asked later on if I could tell whether or not it was male or female in my reading. I have the Eight of Wands with that, and what I would say, it's a It is a masculine energy presenting individual who has a lot of oomph to make people jump. So
there you go. There you go. And Michelle from Astrological Tarot would like to know if anyone else is impressed with Hershe's fabulous setup. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You.
It looks
Thank
wonderful.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
more
Thank
than
you.
welcome. You're more than welcome. All right. I am going to jump around a little bit because we do have 2 members that are in here. And one of the perks of being a member is, yeah, you get to go to the head of the line. So we're doing, I've got Book Bewitched and then Lalima. So Book would like a blind spot reading.
All right.
Yep. You're welcome, Sherry. I hope that was helpful.
Book.
Okay. Book. Books, blind spot.
So Book, what I have for you is I have the sigil of self-harm, and here's what I'm wondering is are you doing things without realizing that prevent you from being your most authentic self? So this is that thing, because there's a key here of it's that niggle, it's that self-doubt, it's those words that you are using when you have this excitement. It is paired with the Son of Cups and the Star. So I'm wondering if recently you have some new feelings that have been trying to bubble up and you are burying them. Because the Star is a great card. It's the universe wanting you to be successful, Book. However, you're burying them. You're not letting them out. You're preventing yourself from being as honest as possible. So I would say pay very close attention to the words that you are saying to yourself. So there you go.
Very good. Sorry about that. I had to go close the window. It's going to rain again, and the wind is picking up. And okay. Book, you know I love you. And I do. But yes, you have been blessed in a lot of ways, believe it or not. I get the 7 of Pentacles, and then I get the Wheel of Fortune. So things are changing for you. They are going to a better place. And I do agree with Gerald that there is, you say all the right things, but when, in the dead of night, when you're by yourself, you doubt that all these things are coming to you. You doubt that you're worthy of all these things. You absolutely are. You truly are. So don't let things get by you. Don't try to do that kind of double speak where it's no, I'm anticipating abundance, and I'm ready and willing and able to accept abundance. And then you sit down and you go, I don't know how that's going to get to me, because I don't have anybody who owes me money, so it can come in from that. I don't have this set up. I don't have that set up. Yes. So you need to let those be in the moment, be in the Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving forward, and just accept it. Don't put any limitations on it, because the sigil 2 that I got was bypassing. Don't talk yourself out of all the good that's coming. that is what I have for you, my dear. So consider yourself schooled. Yeah. And yes, if any of you out there, if there's a message that resonates with you and it's someone else, take it.
Yep.
Take it.
So I got triangulation. So when you think about triangulation, you have to think about what it actually means, and it means manipulation. Period. Either you're manipulating yourself, the situation, or a third party. We don't always like to admit it because sometimes subconsciously we don't realize we're even doing it, right? This is when you take a crack and you call it the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And somebody believes you because you pitted the part so well. It's called self-manipulation or third-party manipulation, and there is but one way to stop it, and that is to find genuine empathy and compassion. And without them two, you will never be able to break this cycle. It is a cycle of three. It is a rule of three. It is a pattern. And if you work in balance like I do, this is something you do not. Somebody says pattern of three, rule of three, I run. I run because I'm not trying to pit one thing against me or against itself or against anyone else. And that's how it goes. It can't get out of formation. It forms the same triangle every single time. It is its own version of insanity. Okay. We all have our own version of it. But when this one shows up, that's showing that somewhere is a small little ant crack, but somebody thinks it's the Grand Canyon. Now, is it you that thinks that ant crack is the Grand Canyon? Or do you have someone convinced that you have the Grand Canyon as a backyard? It's not easily to figure out, but you're the only one that can do it. And the only one that breaks it is you. And you do it by finding a way to trust yourself. How do I know that? Because trust was in reverse, and you must not have either any for anyone else outside of, if you birthed them into this world or you made a vow to them.
Yeah.
So what you need to understand is that the person that's working at Burger King did not spit on your onion rings, because you have to trust that that didn't happen. You have to believe that empathy and compassion is something that we are all capable of, even though we do not overly express it. Usually we are so quick to spread negative rumors and lies, regardless of who the person is that we are speaking negatively on or thinking negatively about. Oh, well, they'll never know. They'll never hear. Yes, they will. You spoke it into existence. Trust me, the universe will make sure, especially if it's done through triangulation. So make sure that those words that are coming out of your mouth are constructive criticism to that person, so that person understands the compassion that it is said with and the empathy that you feel towards them and their situation. Because if it came through a third party, guess what else got added to that story? So make sure that you do a real thick self-check on your trust, whether it's the trust you have for yourself or the trust that you need to put out there for others to understand that it was not done in triangulation. I was not trying to manipulate the situation. I was trying to be blah, 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 blah. They won't know that if you're not the one addressing it directly with them. That's what I've got for you, sweetie.
There you go. I hope that's helpful, but
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll go to Lalima. And hello, Lalima.
I understand, book. I am the same.
Yeah. Aw. All right.
So Lalima, I think one of the things that I'm looking at here is what for your blind spot. I have sigil 42, which is others see it, you don't. So others, others are. It's obvious to other people. You're too close to it. You can't see it. Part of it is it's matched with the energy of the Three of Swords because it's painful to see it. It's painful to see the truth and what's going on. The challenge is the three of swords is a card that many people don't like. However, it is a card, Lalima, of the universe is saying you got to move on, you got to move past this. So if others are been kind enough to tell you things that are hard to hear, you need to slow down because you need to hear them. So that's what I have for you, Lalima.
Yep. Okay. I pulled the Ace of Wands, and this is I love this card. It is stunning. And what's behind this is there's dragons, there's a leopard, there's a lot of strength. There are a lot of good ideas, a lot of wonderful sort of manifestations and so on. I get the Three of Cups, and that you should be celebrating. You should be looking back and saying, wow, I've done a great job. Now it's time to sort of sit back and enjoy what I've done. And the sigil that I pulled for you was number 32, which is judgment. And that is the judgment of something that is happening or has happened. And you have determined, you have given it more power than it needs to have. And so it is difficult to move forward because you are still stuck in that judgment. And it is something that you're, it feels like it's something that you are judging. It's not so much that someone else is judging you. I think you are judging a situation and putting much too much importance on it. And that's what's preventing you from just going on and celebrating, enjoying the good things, enjoying where all your hard work, all your ideas, where everything has gotten you. Don't look for problems where there are none. Don't create them just for the sake of drama. So just, you're doing fine. Enjoy it. That's what I get.
So I'm listening, right? I'm listening to everything that they said. And what I have to say is I'm literally going to say ditto to everything Morena just said because I got sigil blind optimism. So when you think about blind optimism, you have to think about, guess what goes into optimism? Everything. Blindingly, it goes into it. But you cannot take the negative away from optimism because optimism must be balanced at all times. If you are trying to make a negative into a positive through optimism, it's never going to work, right? If you're trying to take a positive and turn it negative due to optimism, it's going to work every single time. How does that ever happen? It happens because we don't address what's actually at hand. Harmonic resolution was in reverse. So this is negative, allowing anger to transmute you instead of the opposite, right? When we allow pain to use us, negative thoughts, bad environments, or just any kind of negative, when we allow that to be our first line of optimism, we usually go down the wrong path every single time. They also paired it with one extra card because they want you to understand that it's only one thread at a time is all it takes to turn it around. You don't have to carry the whole yarn ball. You only need to cut a little piece at a time and carry it with you to remind you that there is nothing that you can do differently when you don't change the optimism. You are misguiding yourself in a situation or a scenario when you are letting the negative come. So I want you to cut some kind of thread, ribbon, fabric, the little thingy that we use to hang our dresses on, that little stretchy thing can be a thread, right? It is a thread of some kind, a carpet string. I want you to grab one and I want you to measure it out exactly what you think you need. 1 inch, 2 inch, a millimeter, a centimeter, however much you need. And every time you come into a situation and scenario where you have to be present, rub it to remind yourself of what you're doing. You are trying to turn that harmonic energy back around, because we are our own worst enemy when we go into a negative place of optimism, right? To be hopeful and optimistic is sometimes great because you're keeping hope alive that something could change. But when you're automatically knowing that you're running into the situation, the burning bush or the burning building, and you already know, well, I'm not coming out on the other side, you've already cut your nose off to spite your face. You have no idea. You're not letting the universe have your back. You need to allow that to happen, and you need to do it with blind optimism instead of allowing the situation and scenario of something from your past to break the harmonial flow of what is to come for your future. That's what I've got for you, Lolima.
I hope that resonates, Lima, and I hope that it's helpful. All righty. And Tiffany Tisdale.
Tiffany, what I have for you is I have for you Sigil 71, which is depletion. You are depleted. You are denying that you're exhausted. You are using other things to distract you from how exhausted you are. With this comes the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords says you have a choice to make. You're either going to continue to be exhausted, or you're going to put your need for rest forward. So this comes with the, and you also have to understand, not changing things is making a choice. It's going to continue, but this came through really strong and powerfully. Depletion. You're exhausted. Stop trying to deny it. Honestly, look at how much, where your energy is, where your energy level is, your emotional well-being. You need to make that happen. So get some, put yourself first. Get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Slow down. Yeah. Slow down.
Yeah. There's what I got for you was, I got judgment and I got justice. And my initial impression of the two cards was, okay, alrighty, so you're spending a good deal of time in trying to be right, trying to prove that you're right. And it's like arguing with a drunk. You're never going to win that argument. So, you're putting your energy and trying to explain it to someone who's not willing to listen. It's not going to serve you. And the only thing that it's going to do is, like Gerald said, it is going to exhaust you, because you want them to see a different point of view. And it's not something that you can force them into. This is something that they have to come to on their own. The sigil that I got for you was 38, reactivity. This is rather than acknowledging the situation and saying, okay, this is what it is, and this is what needs to be done, you're constantly in that reactive state. You're looking for, you can't even really hear what is being said around you, because you're in that reaction mode, just waiting for the next shoe to fall and so on. So I would say, just release the need to be right, release the need to try to change someone that is not yet ready to change, and just let that go. Walk away. Do not react. Do not react to the situation. Don't get involved in that spiral. Yes. Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah, trying to make peace. Just let it go. That's what I get. And Hershe.
Okay. So the schedule I got for you was 61. 61 is temporally, right? So when you think about what it actually is, it's has a lot to do with faith, right? So I'm just gonna read something to you real quick, and it says, most believe that faith is the absence of doubt. They couldn't be farther from the truth. Period. They couldn't be farther from the truth. Faith isn't what is there. It's what you can't see, but you know it's there anyway, right? We don't always have to have confidence in the unseen. We just have to believe in ourselves, and that whatever that is unseen is either being dealt with by some higher perspective, a higher self, or it's being physically dealt with because it's in the presence and it's not being avoided, right? So most of the time when you think about the sigil, it's about looking at a tree instead of seeing the whole forest, right? So I need you to understand that there is something in a sanctuary energy for you that really, really, really needs to be fine-tuned. You need to pull back and literally focus on the entire forest instead of one tree. The whole forest will die if you don't give all of the forest the nurturing that it needs, right? So obviously we can't nurture a forest, but we can pretend that we are a forest. And if we bring in all of our emotions and we validate every single one of them, the seen and the unseen, the felt and the unfelt, the painful ones and the happy ones, you have to bring them all in. If you don't, one will die, one will disappear, and one may never be planted again because it will go extinct because it never got addressed, right? You don't want to go extinct, nor do you want any part of you to not be validated. So make sure that inside your sanctuary, inside of you, that you are honoring every single bit of you and you're not just super focused on one part of you. That's what I've got for you, sweetie.
Wow, good readings.
Sorry, I'm talking and I didn't realize I was muted. Story of my life. I hope that resonates with you, Tiffany, and thank you for the question. Anna Hutchinson. Okay. If you can let me know if you're here. We are at 38 minutes, so I just want to double check that Anna Hutchinson, I have Miss Moonlight, Christine, Star Midnight, Teresa Hedarian, Teresa Levine, Froxy Roxy, and Artist Liz. So if you're here, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Interesting.
So Anna, let me know if you're here, or we'll go on to the next person. Miss Moonlight is here. Okay. Christine is here. Very good. Artist Liz is here. All righty. And Froxy Roxy is here. And Anna is here. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Anna, what I have for you is I have depletion again. This is the second time in a row I did mix my deck. Anna, you are depleted. You are not paying attention to how exhausted you are. You're also caught up in the just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And it really feels, because it's paired with the 5 of Wands, which is definitely an energy exchange. So when you're getting depleted, you're just feeling like you have to plow through. Honestly, what you need to do is you need to focus on replenishment. I don't know if it's going to take you a long time, but it's an important thing that you need to do. So there you go. That's what I have for you. So this also, depletion may be a good, maybe something for everybody watching.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have for you.
Oh, Joyful Journey, did you get skipped? I don't think so. No, you're here. You didn't get skipped. I forgot you. Sorry. You're okay. And all righty. So Anna, what I have for you is again, I have the Five of Wands, and I have the Empress. This is a beautiful card. So you have what it is that you need. You have what it is that is going to make you feel good going forward. You're spending some time sort of in the past reminiscing about how things could have been, and looking back at some of your choices, and saying, well, maybe I should have done this, I should have done that. The coulda, woulda, shoulda is something that we learn from as we go forward, but you can't go back and change that. The sigil that I got for you is number 62, denying death. And this, with the other cards, tells me there is a situation or something that has come to an end, and you really need to you need to let it go. You can't move forward if you're dragging this sort of dead weight behind you. So it is time to spend time in that Empress energy, where you understand that you have what you need, versus concentrating on maybe the decisions that you made and the things that you don't have. So that's what I have for you, and I hope that resonates.
Well, okay. So the sigil that I have for you is filters. Filters is something that we here lately in technology have gotten just a little too comfortable with, right? Literally, this is what they want me to say. The filter you're using is shaping or distorting your perception of something. They are thought and passed down to us. They are information that is fed to us. Whether it's a forced thought, a lie, or a genuine belief, it's conditioned to adapt, and the information is presented to you in experiences that have meanings that assign different experiences in life. And when you try to distort or hide or filter it, you change it, you alter it, you make it unpure, you dilute it, you water it down, you take the misfitted organic out of it and put something else there that doesn't belong. So what I want you to understand, something in your life right now, because they paired it with utopia in reverse. So your utopia, your peace of mind, your place of mind, your happiness, something in that euphoric, beautiful place and then gorgeous brain that holds endorphins and serotonin and all of that good stuff that we need, something in there is being heavily filtered by either your own thoughts, forced thoughts from someone else, or an actual filter that changes something drastically to where it's unrecognizable. So make sure that you literally scratch your life, fine tooth comb it, and you make sure every single filter is turned off, so that as it organically comes to you, you can genuinely place it inside your temple and your crown and your roots in a very healthy way, and turn this euphoria around. That's what I've got for you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna. Okay. We did. All righty. Joyful Journey, you're up to bat.
Joyful. The sigil I got for you is number 23. It's inauthenticity. So this is a card. When this one shows up, this is something that it's painful, because who you are on the inside and who you appear to be on the outside are not matching. They are incongruous, and this is telling me that it is important for you, Jen, to take a minute, get to know who you are on the inside, and appreciate that, and recognize how it is different than the way people perceive you, and start understanding that the perceptions that people have for you and the way you really are, your authentic self, they may be different, and you need to be aware of that. It's matched with the Seven of Wands reversed. And Jen, this comes from, the Seven of Wands is a card of waiting to rally the troops. It's time for you to finish that up, and it's time for you to take the action to be who you truly are. So that's what I have for you, Jen. I hope that helps. Hope that makes some sense.
All righty. So I'm going to do this a little backwards. I'm going to show you the sigil, and then I'll tell you about the cards. The one that I pulled was number 7, meaning. So you have attached meaning to something that needs to be altered. It needs to be changed. You're just not aware of it. You're not ready to either look at it and kind of come to terms with it. And this is when I was talking earlier about the chorus and saying, the tape that goes in your head. This is the tape that is playing in your head. And what it is saying is, I get Judgment and the 9 of Cups. You don't deserve to have what you have. You're always questioning why you have what you have, and not really being able to just kind of be in it, and just say, you know what, I am entitled to prosperity. I am entitled to love and family and all those things. Because somewhere along the way, you heard someone say that, being, oh, you can't be too happy because, the other shoe will drop, and that's where things are going to go. When that's not the case. Or you heard someone who was judged on their success, and so you have attached the meaning to it that it is success brings judgment, and it's not always good kind of judgment. So if you can pay attention to what it is that you are telling yourself about your success and your ability to move forward and your entitlement to all the things that the universe has to provide, I think you'll probably go a long way. So that's what I've got for you. I hope it resonates. Yeah.
Well, I got 2 of them, but they actually go together. It doesn't always work out usually, but what I want you to understand is that I've got 2 sigils. One is about the positive, okay? But that's actually not a great thing, right? Because sometimes we forget to bring the positive in because we acclimate ourselves to waiting on the other shoe to drop. When we're always waiting on that other shoe to drop, we miss so much happiness. Why do I think that that's what they're stressing me about? Is because they paired 54, which is happiness, with 77. 77 is upset, right? So what I want you to understand is that subconsciously, these 2 cards go together when something needs forgiveness and someone needs to not have isolation, right? So the upset that is causing the isolation needs to have positive return to it so that it can have a rebirth. So they paired 54, the positive, with the rebirth card, right? So there is something inside of you that is deserving of a brand new outlook, right? Not all of us get that opportunity to get a fresh do-over with something, but there is something in your life right now that is so deserving, and you're not deserving of this isolation that you put yourself in. We need to not be, we need the healthy hermit, right? Not the isolation, not the fear, not the negative, not the refusing to go outside and dance in the rain. I'm not going out there. We can do that all day long. We can all do it. It's harder to fight the negative and stay in the positive, but it's worth it. I need you to understand whatever this is that needs to be rebirthed for you also means that you get to forgive yourself, even if it's a person. You don't have to invite them back into your life, but forgiveness is deserving in this situation. That's what I've got for you, Joyful.
There you go. And you're welcome, Joyful. Okay, I'm glad that resonated with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Miss Moonlight. Are you still here with us, Miss Moonlight? I believe so.
I believe so.
Yes. Okay.
So, all right, Miss Moonlight, what I have for you is the I have desperation. This is sigil number 35, and part of what I'm thinking about this is desperation is actually it's a gateway. It's a link to despair. So what you may not be seeing is this sense of despair that is coming up in your life. Part of it is as I'm feeling this, it's matched with the Daughter of Swords reversed. So the Page of Swords, and what I'm thinking is this is a place where you are not your desperation is you have things that you want to say and that you need to say, but you are not saying them. You're not letting yourself say them for I have no idea why, but pay very close attention to that. I've never thought of it that way before. Desperation, despair. Yeah, so pay attention to, and what are the things that you're wanting to say that you're not saying? So that's what I have for you, Miss Moonlight. Thank you.
Yeah. I think to piggyback on Gerald's cards, I get the 10 of Pentacles. And it's similar to the reading before, in that what's hiding in your blind spot is blinding pessimism. You're one of those people that everything could be perfect. Everything is going exactly as it should, and you're going to find the one thing that's out of place, and you're going to concentrate on that one thing that isn't working out. Never mind all the good. Never that financially, yes, financially I'm successful, but oh my God, do you know how much I pay in taxes? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I work for a company, great company, and they have a medical plan. Oh yeah, but yet I pay a higher deductible than anyone else. It's always looking on that, on the negative side of things. And I mean, we need to have the negative in order to recognize the positive. It's just when you kind of make the choice to live in the pessimism, it makes it very hard and difficult to recognize where the good things are, where the pentacles are, where the health is, where the financial stability is, where the Knight of Pentacles, the slow and steady kind of thing. One of the things that you can do is, if you can stop yourself from completing a sentence, do so. I work for a great company, period. I am blessed, that I own my own home, period. Don't add the part about how property taxes are getting too much out of hand and all that. So
Stop at the butt.
yeah,
Stop before
stop
the
at
butt.
yeah, exactly. So Miss Moonlight, that's what I have for you. I hope it resonates. And hello, Celtic Tarot Sheila. Thank you for joining us. Hershe.
Okay. Well, I got one of my favorite two sigils in this deck. Well, I have more than two, but you got sigil 3, which is their motives, right? So this isn't a sigil about your subconscious. This is something about reality, right? When you think about reality, you really need to keep yourself there as well. So many people run from reality, or that girl down the street is only dating that guy because she gets something out of him, or this is only happening because of that, or I want to do this, but I really don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because blah, 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 blah. Those are people that don't stay in reality. Those are people that have motives behind those very empty words coming out of their mouth. People can make their mouth say anything, but they don't have the action, the follow through, right? Those are the ones that you need to inspire, right? You are being led to motivate someone or something in a situation, and their motives need to be clear before you continue to help them. I don't care how much you care about this person. This person is not being very upfront, or they're being very, very deceptive about something in their life. They're holding in, they're holding back. We're all entitled to our secrets. Without our secrets, who would we be, right? But some of us have to understand ownership has to be carried with that. And if they're not carrying their own ownership, they definitely don't deserve to carry the secret. Or you don't get to help them carry on something that is meant for them because they're not being honest about their motives to you. So be very, very careful. Be very cautious with people that are coming in. And I know that you keep yourself highly protected at all times because you got the dreamscape in the upright position. So with dreamscape in the upright position, this is about someone that does subconscious work. You see that word down there in the middle? This word is not easy for people. Subconscious work is not easy. It's intimidating. It's heavy. It's scary. It's painful. It's dark. It's dirty. It's a dirty damn job. But those of us that are willing to carry the load for anyone in an honest, real way and help that person stay in reality is deserving of someone like you. So make sure that you weed out the ones that aren't deserving of you, Miss Midlane. And that's what I've got for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Miss Moonlight. All righty. We have got come on, let's go. Let's go here. We've got Christine. And we're at 58 minutes. So we should be able to get to all of you. Should be able to. That's the plan.
We will do our best.
Yes.
Christine, what I have for you is I have for you free will. And when as it relates to a blind spot, you may be missing the fact that you don't actually, or you're not trusting your free will. You are limiting what you are saying, what you're thinking, because of what somebody else has told you. You've lost a bit of connection with what your free will looks like for you. It's filtered through through television, through what other people are thinking. You there's a bit of a disconnect as it relates to of how you want to be and how you truly are. So I would pay attention, Christine, to as it relates to a blind spot. What are you saying because you are actually thinking you're supposed to say it that way? And put that on hold. it is paired with this, the lovely 3 of Wands. When you stop that, when you adjust it, you slow it down a little bit, it's going to give you more opportunities. Energy is going to come in for you, and you are going to be able to harness that, and it's going to be able to help you propel forward. So that's what I have for you, Christine. I genuinely hope that gives you some insight.
Absolutely. Okay, Christine, what I have for you is the 5 of Cups. This is the walking away. This is either a person or a situation. Something has come to an end, and you feel like you have done all that you can, and you've walked away from that. You can't do it anymore. The sigil that I got for you is number 20, and this is you don't know, but you think you know. So this is something that you think that you have all the information that that you need in this situation, and it might be time to review that, because there are some things that you believe to be a fact. You have told yourself that it is a fact when it's actually not. It's actually it might come with a little additional baggage of its own. So this is, and I think that because of the 5 of Cups, the way that it has come up, I think that this has to do with the relationship. And I think maybe there was a judgment that was made that perhaps was a little too harsh. And you need to go back and say, okay, wait a minute. I thought I heard you say ABC, and allow that person to come back and say, no, that's not what I said. What I said was, and then take it from there. So I think this is, you give yourself permission to take another look at something that you think is done. That's what I get for you.
So I got number 21. 21 is isolation. Again, this is not a healthy hermit card, okay? This is the exact opposite. We as humans are born into a species that requires human interaction. We need that more than we need food and water sometimes in life, right? Sometimes we get in our head and we feel like we can't trust, we can't this, we can't that, we can't this, and we intentionally isolate, right? To a point where it becomes detrimental. Why do we do this to ourselves? We do it because of past traumas. We allow something that happened then to come back and affect us now. And that person or situation or incident may not be valid or even have power anymore, but allowing it to share space with you right now is detrimental to you because it forces you to stay in a place of isolation. I asked for some energies around it, and I only got the same thing. I got literally isolation. I got forgiveness in reverse. I did get wisdom upright. So here's what I want you to understand. People don't isolate for no reason. They do it because of something that forced them to do it, right? Maybe it was someone you were codependent on that you're no longer allowing to be codependent on you. But because the codependent is there, you isolate to make sure that it doesn't happen again, instead of working on a way to break the codependent part of you and become independently able to stand on your own. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you being a reflection of you or a reflection of something that happened to you? So make sure that you understand that isolation is detrimental and unhealthy, especially when it is affecting everything except for you to understand the wisdom that you need to get out there and socialize. Put people that understand you in your life. That's who you need to surround yourself with, because they will understand. They will get you, even if they've never walked in your shoes. Their genuine compassion and empathy that they have, not only for their self and for another human being, will help you guys bond, and you might build something that you can't even begin to imagine right now because you're isolated in a cave somewhere with no light around you to support you. And that's what I've got for you, sweetie.
Hershe, I want to piggyback on that because I think isolation, short periods of isolation are not a blind spot. It's when you've isolated far too long or you're isolating for the wrong reason. Is that what part of what you're saying, Hershe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And
the unhealthy isolation. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Be around people who celebrate you exactly the way you are. They lift you up, they cheer you on, and you cheer them on. Okay, that just came out. That came rushing out. I'm like going, okay, I'll say it, because I think that's a clear message. That's a good message for all of us. Surround ourselves with people. Like I like to surround myself with Hershe and Marina because they lift me up. They meet me exactly where I am, and they're just like going, "Go you!" I'll get a fan from them when I need one. So,
and not just that,
Absolutely.
Gerald accepts me, warts and all. So, hey.
Yes.
yep.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. Sometimes the warts are the best parts.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love them.
Yes. Okay. I'll get off of my soapbox.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Christine. Thank you for allowing us to read for you. Okay. Star Midnight. Did we already do Star Midnight?
We did not. We did Miss Moonlight.
Ah, okay. All right. Star Midnight. You're up.
Okay. So Star Midnight. What I have for you is I have this. This is sigil 16. This is control. Now, this is interesting. Look at there's the it's like the reverse. It's the upside down Wi-Fi symbol. Star Midnight. Part of me is saying part of the control is the information that you're getting online may actually they may actually, the information that is you're letting in isn't actually helping you. It's causing some blind spots. So the control that you are having, you need to adjust that. You need to figure that out. And it's matched with the Hierophant, which is about structure, but it's reversed. These structures that you've set up, Star Midnight, are not supporting who you are becoming and who you are and who you want to become. So pay attention to the structures and the controls that are around you. So that's what I have for you, Star Midnight. Thanks for letting me read.
Absolutely. This, I start off, I get the Tower, and I get the Seven of Swords. So this is the downfall of something that really hit you hard. And I think that whether this was someone walking away from you or a situation that really sort of hurt you, it made you feel like something was stolen from you. And so it, in that feeling of quote unquote losing something, you go into sigil 24, which is separation. And that is you kind of putting distance between yourself and what's out there. I think Gerald is right in that in a lot of the information that has sort of come at you may not necessarily be based on what's actually happening. So it could be a part of it could be a misinterpretation of things. Separation isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it's good to kind of walk away from something and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to deal with this later. It's are you separating so that you can catch your breath and deal with something later? Or are you separating because you don't want to face up to what needs to be done, to what needs to be addressed. And part of that, the tower is also, it's an ending. It's things need to shift drastically before you can rebuild something. So, if you feel like there is a part of you that has been sort of hijacked by someone else, it's time to be an active participant in getting that part of yourself back. So yeah, you can separate for a little while, but just remember, it's a place to visit. You don't want to move there. So that's what I've got.
Okay, Star Midnight. So I got a heavy hitter for you, sweetheart. So actually, you got one of the highest risk sigils in this deck. You got the faulty compass, right? You have to put every single emotion on the face of a clock or the face of a compass, right? You can't always go north, can't always go south. Sometimes you have to go northwest. Sometimes you have to go southeast, right? And if your compass, if your emotions are tampered, unpure, unsure, or just dead ass wrong, guess what else is dead wrong? Yeah, you guessed it, that compass. So here's what we do, right? Illumination was also in reverse. So this lets me know that not only is it a high risk sigil, which looks like this, which beautiful sigil, yeah. But then you think about how high risk it is, right? If we have a broken compass and we are hiking in the middle of, I don't know, Yellowstone National Park or the Fiji forest, you're desperately going to need that compass. Or guess what? You might not find your way out, right? I need you to understand that forced thoughts, negative mind frame, negative attitude, lack of caring, not for someone, for yourself, lack of hygiene, lack of whatever we don't give ourselves turns that magnet in our compass counterclockwise. As a moon child, I can do counterclockwise all day long because my world revolves around that way. I'm a moon child. But hypothetically, let's pretend you're a sun child and you're doing everything in reverse. I promise you, if you put that compass in the right way, zero it back out, remagnetize it, and feed it positive, you get them emotions in check. Do not let them falsely or faultly lead you into a dark forest, and you can't trust the coordinates. Just like you have to trust yourself, you have to trust the equipment that you take with you everywhere you go. Your equipment, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your hair, your ponytail, your keys, everything that you take with you, your cell phone, whatever you take, you have to trust that it is working in the proper way. Your car, if your car's not working properly and you need to get from A to C and then back to B, well, hell, if you ended up in QRS, whose fault was that? What I'm saying is this is something that can be re-zeroed out very easily. And we have to remove the illusion, right? You have to take the mask off. You have to remove the veil that is blinding you to understanding that something in your compass is not zeroed out. It is not balanced. You're the only one that can figure out what that emotion is. And it's not going to be easy because it is a high risk. So therefore, it could be detrimental to you to not address it in a timely manner. That's what I've got for you, Star.
Hershe, the voice of Jeffrey just spoke up, and what you're trying to
Yes.
describe is recalibration.
Yes.
When things are not working, you have to recalibrate.
Yes.
So we got you.
Jeffrey.
So you're muted, Marina.
All righty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All
We
right.
got your back. We got your back.
Thank you. So we'll go to artist Liz, and then we've got Teresa Hadarian, Teresa Levine. If you could let me know if you're still here. All righty. So artist Liz.
Artist Liz, what I have for you is I have sigil 8, which is bypassing, and you know, and this has been an interesting sigil for me, because this is about, you are bypassing really what is going on and how you exactly feel about something. This may be, I really hate this phrase, but I'm going to use it. You may be only seeing the positive things instead of recognizing the challenging things that have come up for you. This is that sense of, is you are bypassing the importance of feeling the way that you feel. And when you are bypassing the way you are feeling, and you're saying, well, I'm going to be positive about it, you're bypassing all of those emotions in the middle of that, which gives that the choice of what you want to focus on much more power. So artist Liz, I'm encouraging you to pay attention to how you are genuinely feeling. And it is paired with the Son of Cups. This is a really nice pair with this, because the Son of Cups, the Knight of Cups, says, be emotional. It's okay. Be emotional, and then let it out and move through it. Allow it to be your authentic self. Be very careful when you're choosing something, because it's too hard to look at the difficult things. So that's the blind spot I have for your artist, Liz. Thank you. Hope that makes sense.
Wonderful. Thank you, Gerald.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I get the Hermit, and I also get the Two of Cups. So this is a time when you have sort of gone inward. You're thinking about next steps, and you're consulting with a lot of people. You want to have that that communication and the input from a lot of people. This is it's not a bad thing to ask others for their opinion. The sigil that I got for you, however, was 42, and this is others see it, you don't. You can consult with other people, and it is a good idea, but the decisions have to come from you. Do not let anyone else kind of get in, and don't let someone else's opinion be what guides you to the next steps that you need to take. Do this for yourself. You've done the work. You've got the faith in, and the Hermit is going to show you the way, is going, rely on yourself to do this. So that's what I get for you, artist Liz. And Froxy Roxy, thank you so much for being here, for spending time with us, and remind me next time you go first, because she gave up her spot. Thank you. All right.
Well, artist and Liz, we have something in common. Whether you know it or not, you're about to find out. You got number 70. Number 70 is wavering, and I struggle with this so much. And guess what? You're not alone. We're not alone. Wavering is literally, simply put, you are staying in a safe zone. Really. You build up, we build up, right? We build these walls up to protect ourselves, right? We also lock and block life from happening for us in our best interest when we put those walls up, because guess what? It ain't going to climb that wall to give you a dozen roses. If you got that dozen roses coming, you put that detour up. Now you have to figure out how to take it down, right? What I need you to understand is that people who waver struggle so much harder with every decision in everyday life. Literally, they can't choose between tater tots, onion rings, and French fries because they don't know which one they want. You need to understand that wavering is a safe place. It's not a healthy place. Not all that is safe is healthy, and not all that is healthy is safe. Sometimes we have to put ourselves out there and take those chances, because if we do not, life will take it for us. Life will throw us into a situation where we don't have control, and then we're sitting over there going, blah, 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 blah. Well, what happened? Well, you allowed it to happen because you didn't make a choice. You didn't stand for something. So therefore, you're falling for everything because you cannot stand in something that you believe in. So do not allow wavering to become a stepping stone. Literally destroy that stepping stone. Make that first step a doozy. And I promise you, you'll get so much more out of it. And you'll have one hell of a story to tell instead of a scar that is left for the whole world to wonder about. That's what I've got
Oof.
for you, Liz.
That is so good because Hershe, I'm listening to you and I'm like going, I feel a lot of power emanating from artist Liz and this movement and this coming out of the blind spots. And I like how you've got a story to tell.
Yeah.
It also gives you art to create. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
boom.
Thank you, artist Liz. Thank you. Okay.
It is like beginning to pour, and those that know, we in Houston are right kind of at the tropical storm kind of thing. So if I get lost, I might not be able to come back, but I'll stay as long as I can. But I'm seeing my sigils. I see them all the time. My
Yeah.
signal bar is dropping drastically.
Dropping.
So I will hopefully be able to hang without
All
being
righty.
kicked out.
Perfect. Well, we got one more after this one, and this is Teresa Hedarian. And okay.
So Teresa, what I have for you is I've sigil 73, which is shapeshifter. Now, what this is telling me is that you don't want anyone to see the truth about you. You don't want to see it in others. Others don't want to see it in you. You don't want to see it in yourself. So you're constantly shifting, and you're changing, you're morphing, and you're morphing faster than expected. And I believe, since it's a blind spot, you may be actually you may be challenging yourself and stretching yourself. It's paired with the energy of the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. What I feel with this one for you, Teresa, is be willing to look at yourself in the mirror and just see what you see and believe what you see in yourself. There's also a sense of, it feels like journaling may be really helpful for you to understand what it is you're experiencing without having to move a lot. I would love to know your astrological sign. I would love to know your birth numerology, because it's one of those things that it's like, it's and this is a blind spot because it's worked for you. It's kept you safe for so long, Teresa. Now's the time for you to do some reflection. Thank you, Teresa.
Absolutely. Okay. The cards that I pulled, oddly enough, look, were the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. 2 8s. This is completion of something. This is the ending of something that you have felt was a situation that you had to walk away, and you felt or are feeling a lot of guilt about it, thinking that it was something that you did. You're currently in sigil number 9, which is coping. Okay. This isn't, sometimes, yes, the best thing to do is to do nothing. this is one of those situations where I think you need to look back and you need to recognize what is yours and what is somebody else's. Don't carry somebody else's luggage for them. This feels like, you've been understanding, you've been really, you've been supportive, you've been very much in cooperation. So because you've been so helpful, now that you realize that the other person in the situation isn't kind of pulling their own weight, now you feel like this is something that you're caught in. Okay, you can get out of that. You can say, I'm not willing to do that anymore. You are allowed to stand up for yourself and say, I'm finished. I'm going to go on living. I'm done with just coping on a daily basis. I can do more than that. So that's what I have for you. I hope that resonates with you.
I hope so too, because it absolutely ties into mine. And what I'm going to say is this is a two-way schedule. So you got number 50. Number 50 is automation, right? What is automation? Automation is something that we automatically do, right? Sometimes it's pre-programmed though. And as humans, guess what? Every single one of us is pre-programmed.
Yes.
Every one of us. We have to break the programmed mind frame, right? If you allow, and I want to quote this. If you allow the trained brain to continue, you will create patterns. And again, if you were here at the beginning, you understood the pattern of three law, right? Pattern of three is very unhealthy because this is one of those walls that form that triangulation that forms the pattern of three that makes a whole bunch of 90-degree angles and corners that we get stuck in and we can't get out of. I want round and circular so I don't have to get stuck in corners. I don't have no blind spots and brown spots, right? I can see what's coming. I can see what's behind me. I can see what I've already worked through, right? So we're going to remove that triangulation wall by making it stop. We're literally going to break the pattern. And in order to break the pattern, you have to understand what they are to begin with. As adults, we are conditioned to be trained by society, religion, our parents, our friends, and our foes. All of that influences a programmed frame of mind. If you've drawn this sigil, which that is your sigil for me in the subconscious, what I'm asking you to do is to get outside and play in your subconscious and your conscious, right? So once you realize the pattern is in your subconscious, it's not in your conscious. So you can bounce to your conscious and start working on finding where to tear that 90-degree angle corner out of your life, because you want a round spot, because we want a hammock right there, right? Can't put a hammock in a corner because you're not going to be able to rock evenly, right? Because you're going to hit two walls. So I need you to stop. You need to take one of the walls down, because in a minute we're going to hang something that's going to anchor one part of the hammock, right? We can't hang it yet because we still have to work on breaking those patterns. But in order to get that beautiful life hammock and allow the universe to encompass you and hold you in a safe space, you have to be able to deprogram and learn the pattern. So understand that whatever it is, it's got you sometimes feeling exiled from maybe social events, or maybe at work you don't get all the invites because you're not very sociable, or you don't have co-workers as friends in your life because maybe you're the type of person that says, I came here to make friends. That's a programmed thought. How do you know you didn't come there to make friends? How do you not know that your best friend is sitting right beside you if you're allowing someone else's programmed thought that has been there your entire life to influence a decision for your reality, right? You wouldn't know about this person if you don't put yourself out there. So in order to start breaking these patterns, you have to first recognize them, and then you have to remove them. And you have to understand that automatically allowing something to just happen outside of a bill every month that you have to pay, like your roof or your electric bill, needs to be out. It's not allowed anymore. I'm not going to assume to know what's going to happen to me or you, because I'm not on autopilot. I'm living life and I'm enjoying every moment as they come. That's what I've got for you, Teresa.
Hershe, what was the number of that sigil again?
50.
50? Okay. Thank you. I
You're
was
welcome.
curious.
Thank you, Teresa. Alrighty. And Teresa Levine. Yay! We made it to the end. Alrighty.
Teresa Levine, the sigil that I have for you is I have the sigil 67, which is disconnection. Now, as it relates to a blind spot, this is meaning that you are not connected to what's going on around you. You are disconnected from your heart center. You may be disconnected from the feelings or the environment that you are in. It is an important thing for you to slow down a bit and recognize that there is a disconnection. And I was looking at this as just like reestablish your connection with whatever you have disconnected from. And by the way, you're going to go, well, what have I disconnected from, Gerald? I'm not sure. However, if you pay attention around you, you may be disconnected from this is the Daughter of Cups, the joyful and youthful curiosity and the excitement that is presented from the small things in life. So it could be a good opportunity, Teresa, for you to be able to feel, get excited about small things. If you see a puddle, go out there and splash in the puddle, because, do so responsibly. Not if you're near where Hershe is, where they have downpours. But get out there and get some excitement.
Just a tropical storm.
Just a tropical storm. Is its name Hershe, or is its name Marina or Gerald? Because,
No, it starts with an A. It's already hurricane name now. We've got an actual hurricane on.
Oh my.
Okay. So, Teresa, thanks for letting me read for you.
Absolutely. And it's funny, you got 67, I got 69, gaslighting. So this is either you're gaslighting someone or someone is gaslighting you.
Yeah.
And what that means is we'll assume someone is gaslighting you. They are making you believe that you don't see what you see, you don't hear what you hear, you don't feel what you feel. And it's very much like, kind of one of those scenes during a play where they close the curtain and all of a sudden you're no longer at the beach, and they open the curtain and you're in someone's living room. That it's that kind of feeling that someone is making you question your sanity, right? And if it's not someone doing it to you, it's you're doing it to someone else. You're trying to get them to agree to something that maybe they're not really interested in agreeing. So you're making the situation appear a lot better than it is. And that I get that from the Two of Wands, which is sort of putting in the effort, letting the universe know what it is that you want. And then I get the Three of Wands, which is kind of sitting back and waiting for it to come in, or seeing it come in. So I think, take a look, examine Oh, doing it to myself. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So pay a little more attention um, to the ways that you talk to yourself. Pay attention to what it is that you're telling yourself, and trying to replace it with something positive. Okay, I'm not the only other thing, Teresa. I would say, if you can, look up the course on Sunday, because I think that it would really, really be helpful. But don't do this to yourself. Okay, that's what I got.
So, okay, so I got Sigil 22. Sigil 22 is endurism, right? I know I grew up hearing no pain, no gain, right? Well, then I found ways to twist that and contort it and put it into my life in ways that made it unbearably fitting in situations that I was overqualified and too good to be in, but I allowed it to be there because I felt like I'm gaining something from this pain, right? Wrong answer. We have to remove that. So this is a challenge card, and this is one of those situations where I love to say, if you do not accept this challenge, life itself will challenge you, whether you want it or not. When this comes about, we are being forced to understand that something within you, within your realms, not my realms, not Gerald's, not the cat down the road, your realms, your place, your peace of mind, your being is being questioned because you're allowing something to happen. You're enduring it because you think that it is part of something and that there is gain in this pain. And I am here to let you know it is absolutely not. It's not for you. You're allowing it to happen. Now, is this a person, a place, or an actual situation that is going on in your home or a workplace? You know, the universe knows. I'm not a fly on the wall. I can't help you with that. But you know, you just have to realize that you are worthy of so much more. And this pain that you keep allowing yourself to endure is not meant for you. And that's why it keeps coming back, because you are a place that it can feed and recharge and go back out and attack somebody else and come back to a safe place, because you're going to keep it safe. You don't want nothing to happen to it because it's your pain. But there's also no gain in this situation. So allow it. The next time it leaves, change them locks, get new keys made, and let it know this is not your place. This is not your space. And you ain't welcome here no more. Change your state of mind and change your place of mind, and everything deserving of just you will come in with no pain and true gain. And that's what I've got for you.
Exactly. Very good. Oh, Teresa, I hope that resonates with you, because it certainly resonated with me for you. Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for those of you who have spent your afternoon with us. Really appreciate you being here. You guys, Hershe, Gerald, thank you so much. I love that you can do that, but when I do that, nothing happens. It's just look, she's doing something.
Me either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and in 2 weeks, everybody join us again at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And noon at Mountain. No, 1 at Mountain.
1.
Yeah.
1 o'clock
3
Mountain
Eastern.
Time.
3 Eastern.
Yes.
Good Lord. I'm
I know.
discombobulated.
Yeah, listen, go to our YouTube channels, check out our community tabs. We generally post on there what it is that we're doing, where we're doing it, what time we're doing it, and who we're doing it with.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. make sure that you check out Gerald and Hershe's channels. I've got their links down in the description below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that have watched this in replay, I hope that you got something out of the messages that were delivered. So,
Yes.
thank you very much. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Until next time, guys.